Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are building a town bank designed to fit right into a medieval town. This video uses the new Dude's Creative Constructions mod heavily, as suggested by Psychotic Diva, and it's also built on the Savage Wilds modded map. Other mods used will be in the pinned comment below, so without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, the base plate. Now, you'll probably see me going back on myself multiple times in this video, adjusting and removing certain elements. At present, Dude's Creative Constructions is pretty much brand new and still a work in progress, and whilst the pieces are amazingly designed, they seem to be functioning a bit strange. They have very odd clipping points compared to pretty much all of the building pieces I've ever used, which makes building kind of finicky at times. Also, some of the walls aren't full-sized, but instead they might be 1.5 tiles, for example. This isn't bad, I just need to get used to it. I use city foundation pieces to create a small courtyard outside and manor foundations for the bank interior, according to the base plate you can see on screen now. Once I'd finished off the base plate, I then moved onto the walls. I had to remove some of the city foundations in the courtyard to be able to place the sheltered doorway, and I then built the walls up around the bank. I used manor first floor walls and built them 1 tile high, though given these walls are taller than regular ones, I believe they sit at about 1.5 tiles overall. I included windows regularly as I want this build to have a nice amount of natural light, and I used corner walls on, of course, the corners to ensure there's a nice retaining pillar that runs up the walls on the exterior. Again, this was pretty difficult at the best of times, but the building pieces in this mod are beautiful and they are well worth the effort. Next, for the first floor ceilings. I used manor ceilings to cap off the back area where the vault will lay, leaving the teller's floor open. I had an extra 1x3 at the back of the build to facilitate a balcony, and then moved on to the walls. After fiddling around for a bit, I managed to get started on said walls. I used manor second floor walls on the first floor, creating a 3x3 office above the front desk. This mod also has a pre-built staircase, which is really nice and clean, which I managed to slot in pretty easily on the right side of the front door. Initially I left the section underneath open, but in the end it seemed really out of place, so I eventually walled it off in the furnishing phase. Back to the walls, things were going fairly well. I continued to build up the walls, but little did I know, I was on a one-way train to Struggle City. Once I'd finished the walls, I then capped off the majority of the walls with manor ceilings. Next, for the roof. The train to Struggle City had truly pulled into the station here as, I'll be honest, I was a bit baffled. Those nice roofed window walls I'd used earlier turned out to be the interlopers in this scenario and proved particularly troublesome. I think this is probably more user error as I'm not as experienced using this set as I am with others, but honestly, the aesthetic is worth the struggle. I had to make some adjustments to the windows and walls, and I worked out that the roofed windows run perfectly into regular old sloping roof pieces. I moved the windows around and then used metal roof pieces to cautiously build up the roof, and eventually I managed to get a design I was pretty happy with. The main roof is a fairly standard open gable design running into a hip roof over the office at the back. This metal roof set includes a lot of decorative options including overhangs, wooden struts, etc. Now, I will say, these aren't communicated too well in the admin menu text when you're spawning them in, so you kind of got to spawn all of them in and just have a look, but it's definitely worth the extra effort to get those architectural details. Finally, I went behind the teller's desk and added a separating wall for the vault section. I played around with a few designs here but settled on manor top floor walls, which are exactly 1 tile high, and then capped off with castle wood railings. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to, of course, furnish. Approaching the bank, I've decorated the courtyard with an arbour, benches, planters and lanterns. The wall pieces look great, I really can't praise the design enough. Entering the bank, I've populated it lightly and I've also added tons of great decorations. I've used custom paintings from Shani's stuff, into which I've placed some of the wallpapers that I post on Patreon. I've also included benches, plants and small desks for completing paperwork. You may also have noticed some stained glass windows above, we will get to that shortly. Behind the teller's desk, things are pretty cramped here, but they work fairly well. There are some small necessities like boxes of petty cash and writing materials, as most of the bank's capital is stored within the vault. Here there are stores of copper, silver and gold coins alongside plenty of safe deposit boxes. There's also a small tucked away section underneath the stairs that serves as either a mini break area or a research station if a customer has a particularly tricky financial request. Heading upstairs, we reach the manager's office. This is a fairly decadent room with a sofa, a large desk and stained glass windows that are created by hanging glass paintings inside a door frame. This office has access to a small interior balcony that looks over the teller's floor, and also a larger rear balcony that looks over the area surrounding the bank. And there we have it, a town bank on the Savage Wilds using Dude's creative constructions. I usually try my best to stick to non-modded content as often as possible, as I do like to make sure the console guys can enjoy the videos too, but the Dude is easily one of the best mod creators for Conan, and I wanted to give his new mod a try and also hopefully share some feedback if he happens to watch this video. If you enjoy my content, all the links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, Host Havoc affiliate page, NordVPN discount and NordPass discount are available in the description below. However, of course, you can simply just leave a like, a comment or subscribe. Any of those are very greatly appreciated. Patrons get a bunch of nice benefits, including sneak peeks of videos, your name in every video, custom made wallpapers in 1080p and 4K resolutions, full-size build blueprints, Discord roles and more. On that note, a massive thanks to our patrons Sadialot, Randar, Connor, Ivy, Torn, Ill-Fated, Coffeeman04, Jacques, Marion Ladd, Ryan, Ben, Alfric and Eagle Rose. As always, thanks for watching, Take care, and I'll see you soon.